Wow. All right, so I just had the most amazing updraft, and I mean, this is what I call the NSP number. I'm calling it that. That's the variable name um, that I use in the software to count this figure here. Like if you see in the bar, the strength meter, we see that this number right here. There's a number, there's a slash, and there's this number. This number is the number of times in a row that it's hit within 27 spins. Oh, 1 second. I have absolutely no need to be screaming over this thing. All right, that's fine. That's better. Anyway, this is the number of times it's hit within 27 times, within 27 spins in a row. I mean, we see some heroic numbers here, and actually they've actually been going in and out these numbers. I mean, this is recent. This one has been carrying the day. This is number one, two, three, number four. So that's going to be 16. And you can see number 16 is here on the board. I mean, look at this though: 13, 11, 13. Uh, I mean, not 11, but 13, 13, 16, 13. Um, I mean, just now. Wait a minute here. Oh, I'm 10 to 15. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, this is 10 to 15. Therefore, this is the number 10. Um, it's been sleeping. Okay, and then we have this number here, which is going to be the fourth number. Again, that's going to be 13. Yeah, so there, 13, 13, 13. Okay, so this number's been literally carrying the day. Um, what it's doing is it's making, this is bizarre, I've never even thought of this before, but it's making up for this gap right here, this gapper. The gap number here, this number is adding up. This is the number of spins since it hit 292. Okay, 86 and 47. Okay, and because of these, the hit frequency is off the chart. 13, 11, 13, 13. It's been going on like this for the whole recovery, like ever since. Let me see here. This photo right here, the 60381. Oh wait a minute, wrong one. This one. Okay, 60133. Look at it. I mean, it's gone from 34 to 81 in the hit to spin ratio. This is amazing updraft. This was 20. Looks like 21 hits there, and only 21 hits in less than 100 spins. My gosh, it's only like 60. That's 60, 70, 70 spins. Gosh dang it. That's like an average of a spin every four. That's a hit every four spins, like around in there. And it's this number. I mean, look around the board. Let me see here. Okay, watch this number right here. Okay, now these two are coming up. Okay, these two are going to be hitting, having an updraft soon. Um, but this is the only number right here that has this number. This is not a positive number. This is the cumulative total of the number of spins that the selection as a whole, when you compile the numbers as an aggregate, have been sleeping. Principally here, number 10. And this created this. I mean, this is what has created this massive updraft, is this cumulative gap number. Now, I'm not just making that up, because come on now, give me my thingy wingy. Oh, what? I have to do it manually here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. And let's see if we just bump this up a little. Okay. These numbers are um, actual statistics. This is run, let's see here. How many? Here it is. 2.6 million coups. I generated 206 million coups. Okay, that was like 16 million spins, and 2.6 million coups were generated. Um, and I then output the statistics of the hits on all the numbers out to output file, and then I total the number of hits um, when they occurred with this number. So in other words, if the cumulative gapping hits 460, okay, what are the percentage chances of getting a hit there based on 16 million spins, which, you know, 16 million spins, 2.6 million coups. Okay, and in other words, the statistics of that output. Well, how many hits occurred when you had at least 460 on the NSP? All right, so if we check 460, we actually scroll down. Yep, and let's see, 460 is right here. Okay, so this is 214 occurrences there. Okay, out of 2 point whatever million, 2.6 million uh, results. So the chances of getting a hit at this point are like above expectation. In other words, I mean, statistically, um, the chances of getting a hit here are well, let me just think for a second because I can't tell you what the chances of getting a hit here, but within the progression, put it that way. Anytime you put a progression on a number of 27 spins length on a double street, the chances are 99.1% chance of getting a hit within that progression. Here, we have 99.6 percent, and it's actually higher than that, um, which is greater than. I mean, that's just like on the next spin. I mean, that's just like on a per spin basis. It's like a 99.6% chance of hitting, which is greater than a full 27 spins of progression. So it's I haven't really thought about this too deeply. Obviously, I'm kind of stumbling around about it. But there's something about this number, this cumulative gap number that that has been here, and it's the only one on here. This is not a positive number. In other words, this number's been hitting like crazy. Um, I mean, you can tell that this 13 has been especially active. Um, the other numbers are gapping, and it's just this gap right here, this cumulative gap, is related to the percentage chances of getting a hit. I mean, this is on this right here. This number jumps 6 points for every spin that the double street does not hit. This will go up 6 points. So in other words, if I spin it again, it'll go to 466. So then it's going to jump all the way to here. Okay, and there's a chance. This is a per spin percentage chance of hitting. Okay, so this is actually a hit predictor. This number right here is a very strong hit predictor. When you are up here, I mean, this is, and that's not applying a progression. That's saying in the next spin there is a 99.6% chance of hitting, and the updraft on this was incredible, just absolutely incredible. Now, I mean, I only output starting at 396, starting at here, like when it started reaching the area where on top of a progression, like if I put 27 spins on top of this, um, it would equal 99.1. See, and so that's where I started outputting it. And I have the full file. Let me see. It's an output text, and let's see here. This is going to be. What's it called? It'll be called bomb something. I wonder if that's it. Okay, let's see. No. Uh, it's not bomb coup count. Shoot. Let me check this way here. Okay, it's going to be in recent. Um, it's Bomb Sleeper. That's it. Bomb Sleeper. Oh, that's a base. That's a program. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay, yeah, we're gonna save the analyzer. Okay, and then okay, here's the sleep. Here's the program, and it opens up a thing called Double Street Sleep Dump. Okay, all right. So Double Street Sleep Dump. Um, let's see. Here it is. Okay, so now, oh, this is ugly looking. Um, Yikes. Let's see here. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. But anyway, let's see what we can look at here. All right. Oh gosh, that's confusing looking. I have to obviously I've got to work on this concept because it's amazing. But here is what gosh, it's going to be almost impossible to show this on the video, but this is the output, and it runs from. Let me see. This is. Uh, it's okay. This is the actual number, um, and it goes from out to 874, which is the total cumulative gap figure, to 0, or actually 1. Sorry, and yeah, and this is a very sliver of percentage. It's too small to fit in this window, so it shows up as 0, but it's not actually 0. It's small. I only wanted to go out that many places because obviously look how jumbled these figures are. I don't know. I just didn't think it was that important at the time, so I wasn't very organized about it. But I'm really gonna have to start thinking about this because you can tell the numbers start to get bigger as it goes down. The way it works is there is a like a bell curve. There's a bell curve on this. Oh, it's a stupid picture. It's a bell curve on these numbers that there's a thing where it peaks. It starts to peak up at the bell curve, and like the majority of hits take place in that area. And then it peaks upward as that number goes up. And so the gapping, that's really the key now. This is a gap method right here, a gap measurement, a cumulative gap measurement. So I'm sorry I couldn't like make this a better video, but I mean at least I'm focused on this because this is amazing. I'm gonna need to start charting this or something. Um, Man, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. Uh, but let me see. Let me try to think. Um, in the code. Let's see here. Let's see. Why did I? What was my logic behind the outputting out to 874? Oh, 874 is the maximum number on the cumulative gaps. There is no gapping. There was no number in 16 million spins. There was no number that gapped more than 874 cumulatively, a double streak that gapped more than that. So that's the maximum, and that's a per. This is a per spin percentage chance. Okay, so that's the thing. The percentage chance of a double streak coming up is like, let me see here. 16.22%. Okay, and so 16.22% on a per spin basis. Okay, but, and I'm sorry I don't have the figures in a neat way to show you. I don't have it set up neatly, but let's see. This is too small. These percentage chance is too small. Oh, too big. Sorry, we were at the bottom. All right, and here they're too small. A cumulative gap. I mean, they're too small over the, because remember there's 16 million spins going on here and 2 million coups. Okay, so out of, and then finally we get 1/10 of a percent. I think that's right, or 1/100th of a percent. No, it's that's that. Yeah, it's starting to go up. In other words, okay, see here we start getting, this is a 5% chance, and a cumulative gap of 74. Okay, but then and it starts here is 24%. If it has a cumulative gap of 125, okay, see, and it starts to climb. Okay, we run to, now here's 58.2% if it has a cumulative gap of 191. But notice this 58%. This is versus 16.2%. Okay, the cumulative gap is, this is a per spin percentage now. It's a different way of looking at it. It's looking at it as cumulative gapping versus number of spins since the last hit. It's a different way of looking at it. Number of spins since the last hit will yield a static figure, but it doesn't explain updrafts and frequency of hits. It doesn't explain why numbers hit more often than others. It's not as relevant. It's just a static percentage, and it's not very helpful. Okay, but if you look at this cumulative gap number, it seems way more helpful because you have this double street that's starting to exceed the normal percentages. It could just have hit, but if it just hit the last spin, instead of a 16% chance of hitting, it now has a 58% chance of hitting. And you know what? Um, and that's what I'm trying to say about this, because, and you can see the evidence, like 25 hits in, like, what was it, 100 spins or something. I mean, it was like an average of one hit every four spins was just occurred, and it made this massive updraft. Okay, because this number 460, because it's not no longer just a 16%. It's now 99 point, like, is it 8%? I mean, it was like was it 99.8% on every spin, and then it jumps by six on every spin that misses the double street. Oh, it jumps by six spins, so it goes from, let's see here, it goes from 460, it's going to go to 466 on the next miss. See, and then that's what causes the updraft, because you get, oh my gosh, you just missed. Well, now you have a 99.6% chance of hitting. The next spin you miss, well, that's going to take you up to 472. That'll be 99.7% chance. And then the next one, 478, 99.7% chance. It starts getting, you know what I mean? And this is what creates this hit frequency. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. And then, I mean, obviously, we want to compare this figure to other ones on the board, obviously, but it's the one that has the biggest number is more likely to hit than any other number on the board. I mean, if we take a look, 211, okay, it's not even on the chart. I mean, if I could look it up, but I mean, 211 is, because eventually what happens is this one hits so much that these gaps so much that the board catches up, and then this goes in. This will recover on its gapping. But I mean, this is a figure. This is a per spin figure. So this is down at 211, 148. Okay, this is an even distribution. Okay, 385 is the neighbor to the king of the hill, so that's why this is, and it shares this number. Okay, but this is the main double street. Okay, and only 202 here, so it's, in other words, it's these numbers here, which are over here, 86 and 47, and then it's 292 over here. Okay, and we share 292 and 33. Yeah, right there. And then it has on its own 32 and then 16 and 10. So that's how that's working. 202, see, it's nothing close. 228, 279, 224. Okay, 330. So this is getting up there. This is in the 90 percentile right here. So this is getting up there. It has a cumulative gap that is making it very likely to hit. Uh, way ahead of expectation. So if we look at 25 to 30 on the, let's see if we see any. There's 30. See, it's in the mix. It's in the mix. It's the highest, second highest on the board. It's not. Notice that it's not the Queen of the Hill, which, by the way, there's no representation really for Queen of the Hill anymore. It's just the neighbor. There is no. It's had a PLE. It's a negative number, but it's in the mix now. And then if we go over 346, okay, so here's another one. This is 28 to 33. So obviously 30 fits in there. Here's 31. Okay, see these numbers, they're in the mix because they have this high gap rating. Okay, that's a very high percentage chance of hitting at 346. Very high percentage chance, and 263. So if we compare 99.7 or 8% to 346, we see that that is, let's see, what will it be? It's going to be, I can look up 346. Let's see. This is the last number in the mix. Okay, this is 172. Okay. So now we go 373 and we see 97. Was that 373? Is that right? 346. Okay. 346. Here's 346. And it is a 96% chance on that spin that it'll hit on this next spin. Okay. And so, I mean, this is the secret of what numbers are going to be hitting quickly and soon, is this gapping right here, this cumulative gapping for groups of numbers. And let's just take a look over here, 263. Okay. Yep. And so I need to really work on this a lot. One thing that I can see that I need to do is develop a scale that shows how our number relates to the rest of the board for this NSP number. And you know, when you combine this number and the HS ratio, you combine the NSP and the HS ratio, man, that is massive. I mean, can you imagine an average of like a hit every 3 or 4 spins over the last 100 spins? That was the updraft that I just had. And so this is fantastic. This is a fantastic thing that I've discovered. You want to talk about predicting which double streets are going to be coming up. This is it right here. This is the secret. This is the key. It's cumulative gapping. So thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long to get all that out. And I got to seriously work on this and come up with something really cool. Thanks for